Hey there, all my crafty gnomies. Suzanne here in the studio today to go over my scrapbook hauls from Black Friday and Cyber Monday and just general Christmas time sales. So I think you'll enjoy this. It'll be a fairly quick video. I hope the lighting's okay. My studio's kind of under reorganization, so I'm filming in a different place. I've got less window light, and it's rainy and dreary today. But this is the only chance I'm going to have to do this for a while, so let's get started, shall we? Isn't this a fun piece of paper? It's from the Crafting with My Gnomies line, and it's called Stash. And I just had to grab this. I don't usually grab single papers, but this one really caught my eye. So, okay, let's get to these scrapbook haul. The first place that I did a order from was from Joann's online, and here is a paper pack that I picked up. This was normally $19.99 and it was a half price deal. It says I'm a big deal. It's just so many usable patterns in the Farmhouse Fresh, but it's not true farmhouse as far as being themey, but it is those kinds of patterns. Let's do a quick flip through. Got these cotton bowls. Got a stripe. We got a plaid. These flowers are really pretty. I'm loving the tone on tone. We got some gold paper here. Some dots. This is probably my least favorite of the patterns, but still very, very usable. Great for borders, both if you cut it vertically or horizontally. More flowers with gold. A wood grain sort of herringbone pattern. More flowers on cream. There's a pale blue-gray, sort of a Wedgwood blue. Wood grain. Then we've got some cut-apart sheets. 2 of those. This is all single-sided paper. Flowers, dots. Oh, I thought this was just gorgeous. Beautiful. I guess those are poppies maybe. So pretty. There's a 2-tone. This is gray one direction and blue the other. Brown dots. Bees. Oh, I love bees. Here we've got a little bit of pink added into the brown. And then we've got a pretty wood grain here. And then this is a pretty floral. Very wallpaper kind of floral, don't you think? So that was half price, so that was a good deal. I also liked this because somebody had enabled me the die cuts with a view. This was not half price. This was only 25% off. It's called Warm and Cozy. And this is double-sided. So I didn't feel too bad about paying a little extra for this. You can see both sides as I'm flipping through here. You get 2 sheets of each, so there's a lot of patterns, and then they're all double-sided. It's pretty corally orange. Pumpkins with some rose gold on it. Cocoa leaves is pretty. Got some wood rings here. Acorns and leaves. Oh, it's pretty yellow. Pretty golden yellow. This definitely reminds me of our place. We've got lots of trees and land, so got rows of houses. We got sort of the sweater patterns. We got some cut-aparts for sweater weather. So this is really pretty. And to go with it, they also had this. I don't know that it's a direct match. It's called Falling Leaves. So it is 5 different sheets of stickers, some clear and some paper stickers. So I guess I could open those real quick and give you a peek. Sorry for the crinkle of the cellophane. And here I'll put the clear against the white, but those are clear stickers. Oh, these are really pretty. Hope there's not too much glare. Those are just paper stickers. We've got all the words here. More clear, just the outlines. Those are really pretty. Sayings. Some like washi strips, sticker strips, and the little 2x3s. So, oh, and one more. Those are just cream colored. So that, I'm really happy about that. That is a very usable set of stickers. Okay, then they also had, I wanted some Christmas. So Park Lane, which is the Joann's brand, Nostalgia. These are double-sided, and these have that slightly farmhouse look to the Christmas. But I thought I need to make more cards. I want to get a head start on next year's cards, and I'd be able to get a ton of cards out of here. And I like this Santa. He's just serious enough and just jolly enough to get the job done. Some beautiful gold. You get 2 each of these double-sided papers. Very cute. Lots of deer, reindeer. That's a simple pattern, but I can see that making really pretty cards. Poinsettias. Really pretty. Because I was going to be using it for cards, they had this color palette, same in an 8.5 by 11. So I picked that up. I think that was only $4.99, and that's 50 sheets of paper. So that'll make 100 cards if I use it as card bases, and even more if I use it for partial backgrounds. And then I also picked up, they had an ephemera pack, and they had a 60-piece sticker pack. So, also from Joann's, I got a couple of other things. I like these Everything Mary storage. I like to put certain kinds of buttons. I've got the world's prettiest button drawer. I'll have to show that to you when I show you the new studio layout. So I got some of those. And then I found this Simple Life, these photo boxes, and these were like $2.74 a piece on sale. So I've gotten 3 of them. I think these will be good for storing my extra cards or cardstock or envelopes. So, and they will match my pretty cabinets. So you'll see that on my one of my next videos. Okay, first up is Art Impressions. Normally this is not a sale I would have checked out, but they do send you a coupon for your birthday. So I had birthday money to spend, so I decided to get these stamp sets. I really liked this exclusive that happened to be available, and that was on a really good deal. Overall, I think I got 45% off the total of my order between my birthday money and the sale prices on the stamps. So here's this Santa. That'll be fun to work with. Then I got some watercolor ornate container sets. And then here I got a stamp and die included. This is watercolor. This is a rocking chair. I was kind of disappointed that it's a clear stamp. They're doing more and more clear stamps and less of the red rubber. If I had realized that at the time, I probably wouldn't have gotten this, but the rocking chair is awfully cute, even if you don't stamp it. So, and then I also got these dies for fences, which is good because I like to play with those. And this watercolor die arbor set. So that in itself has what looks like a wrought iron fence and a lamp post and the arbor. Okay, so that was a pretty good deal. And then of course they give you a little freebie anytime you do an order of any size at all almost. Let's move to a cherry on top. Here is a line that I had seen. I had gotten a 6x6 pad and some embellishments at Tuesday morning. It's called Bo Bunny's Beautiful Things. And they had this paper on sale. It was on for 33 cents. So I got the cut apart sheet. On the back, that's black. And then I got this one called Typed. And on the back of that is this ledger paper. This pretty pink one called Botanic. And on the back, you'll see it says black. This Beautiful Things Flutter. And on the opposite side of that, oh, this is a really pretty paper. These tickets with the doilies. Garden Party. It's a little similar to one of the other ones, but the back, I like that. And then Wild Flowers. Isn't that pretty? And then black on the back of that. And then I went ahead and I grabbed the sticker book. I haven't really done many of the sticker books through American Craft because I've heard some mixed reviews, but these seem fairly good. I would call these cardstock stickers and not paper stickers. So I'm glad I risked it. 8 sheets of stickers. Okay. Then they had some collection packs that they had put kind of together themselves, and the first one here is this Simple Stories Holidays. So you got the collection pack, which is the paper and the sticker sheet, and then they had also put in the chipboard frames and the die cut pieces. So this was just the $9.99. This was one of their specials. So let me flip through the papers for you. There's the sticker sheet. It's a cute Santa. This one is the 4x6 elements. I think I'm kind of going through these backwards. Let me flip them. Okay, and we've got this floral. It's gorgeous. Fa la 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 la. We've got presents. This green stars. Got the red dots called the Merriest, and then great plaid on the back of that. We've got the Santas, the stockings, and the ornaments, and ho 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 on the back of that. Got the rows of houses, and on the back we've got red dots. It's a really pretty plaid. Isn't that fun with the turquoise and the pink and the red? Then we got snowflakes on the back. We've got a simple poinsettia, mistletoe memories. The green on the back. This is cute. Holidays. The tags. Here we have some more elements, journal elements in different sizes. Oh, I like that. We've got the 1 through 31. Very cute. Snow, candy canes on the back, and then the 3x4 elements. And this is a pretty paper too. Yeah, there are a couple of these papers I really, really like. I'm looking forward to working with them. This is probably one of them in that plaid. So there's that. Let me move this aside. Okay, then they also had a Country Harvest one from Simple Stories, and it had various papers from mine had Country Harvest. It had some vintage, simple vintage rustic Christmas. It had some weathered garden, and since all of the papers were different ones, I had gone ahead and put this already away in the various papers that I had. But you got a full sticker sheet and a chipboard sheet and some die cuts, and that was all for $9.99, so $10 again. So that was a very good deal. If I hadn't already had some of these papers, I may not have done it. But since I did actually have all 3 of those paper lines, I thought it was a good way to supplement what I already had. And I didn't have these particular embellishments. So, but like I said, that's already been put away, so I didn't want to drag it out. I hope you'll forgive me for that. Okay. Then I saw this Once Upon a Timeline. They had 33-cent papers. So this, I was falling in love with the blue and the white and the cream. And on the back, this is all about fairy tales, and I didn't buy it for the fairy tale side, although this, you could use this background too, cut this piece up. I was really into the blues. So here's another blue B-side. Again, I probably wouldn't use most of these fairy tale items. Here's another beautiful piece. Again, I wouldn't use that. I'm really interested in the B-sides. I like that there was just a touch of red in this with the roses. Got a couple of pieces of that. What's on the other side? Oh, the little cottage. Okay. While I was in that mode, I also picked up some Asuka Studio. This is all really nice weight paper. This is a beautiful piece of paper. I got 2 of those. And on the other side is this. And then I also got there was some Simple Stories cardstock, the cream on cream dots that I decided warm white. I went ahead and picked up some of that. And then this Let's Create, which is an Echo Park paper, I just thought went beautifully with some of these others. So I don't have any of I don't really sew. I have a sewing machine, but I don't really sew. So I picked this up for the blue. So 33-cent paper, you can't go wrong, right? So there's that. And then the final thing was some P13 Ladies Diary. And this is gorgeous. This again has the blue floral, but it's also got quite a bit of pink in this line. So there is the cut apart sheet. And on the back, that's just a distressed white. So there's that. And they have these borders, which I thought were fun. You could cut some of those apart and use some of them as fussy cut as embellishments. It's a beautiful B-side to that. Got the cut apart sheet. I really like that they had the books and the shoes. It's a really pretty line. And for, 33 cents a sheet, I probably should have bought more. This is a pretty piece of paper. Already got both of your borders done for you. Pretty pink on the back. Here's a total floral. I got 2 pieces of that. The floral, and then on the back is just this creamy white. And then here we kind of have clusters along the page, so those could be cut out. So this is going to be very versatile, I think. And then on the back, we've got a pretty green. And then I did pick up, I think it was just a couple of dollars, the short, they're small stickers for this line. So that cost me hardly anything. Like I said, that was all from A Cherry on Top. And then I had some dollars to spend from plucking the cherries. So that's that from A Cherry on Top. What's next? All right, now the next thing I did was Paper House. And Paper House had a couple of sets already put together. The great thing about them is they have great paper quality, and their paper's normal price is just $1 a sheet. So they haven't gone over $1 like most places have. So in their grouping, they gave you 9 pieces of paper, 3 of each, which is fine because, for example, this one here, you've got cut aparts, but then on the other side, you will still have 2 pieces of this fun snowman paper. Isn't that cute? Here we have more cut aparts, and these include some strips. And on the back side of that, we have this fun snowflake in all kinds of colors. And then the third sheet, which you could use for matting or backgrounds, is this pretty blue. And then on the other side are the hearts. So, and then they gave you 2 of their layered sticker sheets. And these Building Snowman and Just Chilling. So these are normally $5 each. Well, all of this was 30% off your entire order, I believe it was. So yeah, so that meant I got all of this for just $13.30. So I was happy about that. Okay. There's that one. They also had a Christmas one. Let me open that up. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Here we have Santa and Merry and Bright as the sticker sheets. And here are the papers. Again, you get 3 of each. So the regular cost of this package would have been $19, but then I got 30% off, so it was down to $13. So here we have cut aparts. And then on the back side of that, we have this pretty plaid. Isn't that fun? And then here we have more cut aparts and borders. On the back of that, we've got, oh, this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful paper. And like I said, their paper is nice and sturdy. And then we've got a wood grain. And on the flip side of that, we have this distressed background. So very pretty. And that's really enough to do quite a few layouts when you've got 9 pieces of paper and a couple of sticker packs. All of that for $13.30. So I was kind of happy with that. And because their regular paper price is only $1, let me show you some of the things I got piece by piece. Now, I try not to buy single papers. I really do try to buy collection, or if I'm going to buy singles, to make sure I get some go-withs. So here's the first. I love their travel lines. And this paper is front and back. Give you a full U.S. map. Isn't that cool? So the western side of the U.S. is on one half, and then the eastern side is on the other. So I got that. And then they have this pretty, I thought this would go with it. This pretty wood grain on one side and stars on the other, because that kind of ties in with all of these individual license plates that you see. So I liked that. So that will all get filed away together in my travel. Next up, I was looking at their wood grain, and here's a couple of pieces of wood grain from their wedding day line. And I will probably not be using it as wedding paper, but then I love the cut aparts on the other side. This lace and wood and these outdoor, those don't necessarily have to be just for wedding. And of course, these pretty greens got me looking at their green papers. Here's a pretty one. And then on the opposite side of that, we have this more subtle. Here's a more watercolor look line. This must be a little bit older because it's not quite as heavy. They don't really put what year on their papers. I think the heavier stuff is the newer stuff. And then on the other side of that one is this pretty one. So that will probably all go in spring all together. All right. Then I saw they had this pretty watercolor pinks, and on the other side of that is this. Then we've got this, and I had gotten a piece of this that I think I might have used in a kit recently. And the other side of that is the straight lines. And then they have this beautiful floral. Then on the other side of that is a smaller print. This would be beautiful for making cards. And then we went into the reds, the very watercolor look floral. And on the opposite side of that is this darker, and this, like I said, this is really nice heavy paper. And then to go along with that, they only had, I think, I could only get one piece. It's the Wizard of Oz paper. I didn't buy it for, is that the Good Witch Glinda maybe? I bought it for the pretty floral. And then here is that red that you actually saw in the Christmas line in the dark. So that might all go in spring because I tend to use a lot of pink and red in the spring. Okay, and then the last thing I got from them is one of their newest lines. It's the autumn line called Autumn Woods. Again, this is dollar paper. And then I got the sticker sheet. Here's the sticker sheet. It was only $2.79 before the 30% off. Isn't that gorgeous? It's really pretty. And then here are the papers. I really like Paper House papers. These are really nice. Had to go with that. Less Escape to the Woods. I think probably instead of putting this in fall, I have a hiking or masculine. I might actually put this in the masculine. Are those critters cute? Picked up 3 sheets of this so that I have 2 of that, plus still have the cut parts. And then here they have, this is interesting how they've done a 6 by 12 and then they've done individual borders. And on the back is this pretty leaf. So there we have that. Again, dollar paper that was 30% off. So 70 cents, you can't go wrong. Okay, I believe that was all at Paper House. Okay. Then we had scrapbook.com. One of the first things I got there is this watercolor paper by Scrapbook Customs. I had been looking for wood grain earlier and I saw this and I put a couple of pieces in my cart. I just love the red color, and this is really pretty. So there are 2 pieces, and then I got the next sheet. I also got 2 pieces. Isn't that pretty? And then this final one with the wood grain and the cookies. It's really cute. And the gingerbread on the back. I might have to look for some more of this after Christmas to see if I can spot any of it. I like that line. There's that. They also had in their clearance Sunday afternoon extras. This is by Paper Rose. Let me pull this out. It's online. My, that's noisy. Sorry about that. Okay. This was only $9.70 with the discounts. Sunday afternoon extras. Isn't this sweet? Cupcakes and latte mugs and teacups. And then pink on the back. It's a plain teacups one. The floral on the back. Books and lamps and vases all tossed in the air. That's got a pretty green on the back. Here we got the kitty cats. That sort of wallpaper on the back. Here we have sort of gallery look. A small floral. Here we have these pretty vases. And then the blue on the back. And then it looks like it starts over. Yep, it does. So I have 2 sheets of each. 12 pieces of double pattern paper. So that's all of that paper for only $9.70, which is not a bad price for a paper pack. They did not seem to have any embellishments for this line, but still I thought it was very usable. This will be filed in my home life category. There's that. Okay, what else? Okay, and here is where I did pick up some individual papers. But let me show you how they kind of progressed. As I picked them up, I was finding other things to go with them to make sure. Okay, this virtual happy hour, this paper is perfect. It's Reminisce for my husband who has, there's gaming and other things he does where they will have like virtual happy hours. So I can see doing some pictures of him. Here's the back of it. That will make a great 2-page spread, I think. I think I'd cut this one down and give it a black background also, but isn't that fun? So that I bought really kind of as a standalone, I guess you would say. But I made sure I got 2 sheets. And then Asuka Studio, this purpley color, I thought would go good. And then it has sort of a, what do you call it, sweater on the back. Here's some wedding day paper. Again, you can see I kind of was sticking with these colors. So this could almost be a kit. This is actually Wedding from Echo Park. But I like the black print on the back of this. And then we have Floral Bouquet. And that black then led me into this piece. This is Our Friendship, which is Photo Play. I don't have this line, but I really like this paper. And then again, if I'm doing pages about hubby, that comes in handy, the plaid. And then I found this plaid Morisuka Studio Gingham Love. Here we have the creamy color. See how that goes? And on the front of that, we just have a sort of gingham plaid. And then this paper I bought, and it just did not look this bright. This is almost too bright and obnoxious for me. It's by L&V Paper Company. It is just, whew, it's just kind of in your face. It looked a lot more subtle online. It's just one-sided. So that's kind of interesting. So those may end up all as a kit that I can play with and do some various photos. What's next? Here were a couple of more. This cute Party Time from Doodlebug. Isn't that cute? The little elephants that make great baby cards, which is why I picked it up. It's got a grid on the back, a multicolor grid. But then I also had some of this Fawn Lawn Flower Market that I picked up from scrapbook.com. So there we go. That would make super cute layouts or cards. What else have I got over here? Here's where one piece of paper became sort of the start of its own little kit. Here we have Paige Evans Garden Shop. And I really loved this piece of paper with all of these colors. And I'm pretty sure I was getting this at clearance prices. And then there was one other Paige Evans there that again had all of the colors, had a bright floral on the back. I had actually by mistake added 2 pieces of this Flower Market in my cart, so I had some with the baby paper, and then some would go really nicely with this. Can you see that there? So that mistake turned out to be okay. And then they had some Lawn Fawn watercolor wishes. I think this also goes really nice with that original piece of paper. So I'm kind of kitting as I buy here. Kitting up into little page kits. So here you can see the purple also goes well. And then on the back, this is a pink. And on the back of the pink, is that a purple? Nope, that's pink too. Oh, this has got sort of pink and orange. And then this one goes from pink and purple all the way down to green and yellow. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick up that. So that's kind of fun. So, all because I saw this paper first, and even though I don't have the Paige Evans line, I can kind of get the feel of that collection here this way. It's called Garden Shop. It's not one I'd heard of. Okay, and then I did that again. I started with one piece of paper and took it where it would take me. Now, most of this paper I was getting, it was on clearance for 79 and 89 cents, and then there was an extra 10% off. So I was getting it for between 70 and 80 cents. Here is this Julie Nutting Solacita collection. Isn't that a fun piece of paper? I like bold now and again, but I think I only got one, so I'm wondering if it was the last one they had. Also in that line, they had a little calmer with the pink. And on the other side of that is the orange. So I got 2 sheets of that. Isn't that pretty? And then I had found some Let's Create. That seems to go really well with that. Even this floral doesn't look bad with that floral there. And then I got a couple of pieces of Simple Stories mustard cardstock. Let's put that over here. Isn't that pretty? Got a couple of pieces of that. Put one here too. And the next thing I saw was some Maggie Holmes Heritage, and I haven't bought much Maggie Holmes collections lately. They all started looking way too similar to me, although I love her swans. But I thought this went really well. So, and then I have some Reminisce footprints. Again, this could go with my baby stuff. Whoops. This could go with the baby line. Or here, it works real well as a wood grain. See, that wood grain even goes well with the back of this. So you can see how when I'm shopping even for single sheets, I'm kind of like letting one paper lead me to the next. And then here is this Foundations, which also looks good with the Maggie Holmes. And then some bright blue, which I think might also go back and work with this original paper that I bought. What do you think of that? It might not be quite close enough, but even this goes well. So here's how a single piece of paper ended up with a whole collection. If I do a tour of my room, I'll kind of tell you about how products come into my space and where they go. Because I have very little solo paper. I have very little paper that I just have 1 or 2 sheets of. I really try to keep stuff into collections. And then as the collection wears down, I try to make sure I can get it into kits and use it up that way. Okay, let's see what else did I get. Since shopping online, I did manage to get to Tuesday morning. And it was so funny because my sister had gone the day after, and we often text pictures of our hauls when we get them. So she texted me a haul the other day, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to send them a picture of what I had gotten at Tuesday morning. Well, my Tuesday morning had gotten in a lot of these Simple Stories card kits and page kits. This is a card kit. It's about travel. I do not think I'm going to make these cards up. I really do think I'm going to use all of these pieces and do a use them for scrapbooking, because I think this line coordinates really closely with their Safe Travels line, which I do. I have their Safe Travels line. So that was only $6. So I bet I can get 2 or 3 layouts out of those pieces. Then the Homegrown page kit. My sister also grabbed this particular one. I think this is just so pretty. That's only $6.99 for that as well. And then the Good Cheer one. And I hesitated about picking this up until I saw this Santa face, and I said, boy, that particular kind of Santa looks really familiar. And so when I got home, I found out it ties in with their Simple Story, Make It Merry. There he is. There's the cardinal. I have a little bit of that line. I also have about 5 or 6 pieces of paper. And I've used some of it because I have half a piece here. But I had a couple pieces of this, a couple pieces of this left, and 1 piece of this. And you'll see this matches the background of one of those papers there. So it's very fun to find something. You have just a little bit of in your stash that you can kind of make it more, have even more oomph, because I can match it up with their page kit here. So I was happy about that. Otherwise, I got, I told you about that Safe Travels line. I knew I didn't have the stamp set. I was glad to get that. That was only $6.99. The Simple Vintage Country Harvest. I did not have this particular pack of layered stickers, so I was happy about that. So I grabbed that. And this Patio Partio stamp set for just $2.99. I thought this was really cute. I have that paper line as well. Shall we talk about the freebies we got in the orders? A cherry on top sent just this cute little sticker. It's very, very cute. You could even cut off, if you don't need the happy crafter part, you could actually even cut that off and just use the cherries on it. It would be really cute on a card. But I'll probably throw that into my craft folder. I think I've already showed you the art impression. Sent me the little freebie stamp. You got to pick from 4 or 5 different little cute animal stamps. This one I got the frog. It's a clear stamp. Paper House, they had a freebie on there. They had a gratitude journal, and you print this out double-sided on 8.5 by 11 paper. It's a PDF. And then as soon as I slice this and fold this, this will make a little booklet about the size of an A2 card. So I thought that was really cute. So I need to finish working on that when I have a chance. Paper House was really generous. They sent this Life Organized set of stickers. So this sticker book with like planner kinds of stickers. So that will be fun to play with. Scrapbook.com. The day I ordered, you got this free repositionable transparency mat. I think this is supposed to be helpful for making holding cards and stuff when you're doing mixed media. I'll have to check out what they use it for and give it a try. And then here is the 4-inch mint low tack tape. This will come in handy for a lot of things. I use a lot of post-it notes for repositionable items, especially when I'm doing die cutting. But this, in this size, this would be good for masking as well. So those were 2 pretty good freebies. And then I also, of course, got the current winter edition of Scrapbooking Cards today. Okay, and then what were the most impulsives of the impulse buys that I did? I forgot to mention that I got the matching washi tape to those Autumn Woods lines at Paper House. I do not need washi tape. I absolutely do not need washi tape, but I could not resist these. Aren't these pretty? And also at Tuesday Morning, I could not resist the washi tape there. This is Vera Bradley. If I can get it open. I thought this would go really pretty with all those blue papers from Once Upon a Time that I had gotten. So, isn't this gorgeous? I've gotten 2 other sets of Vera Bradley, and it's the only washi tape I haven't put away. It just sits out in a little box on my desk because it is so pretty. She's got this is about the 3rd box of 3 I've gotten. Normally $9.95. It was half price at Tuesday Morning, just $4.99. So, okay, because, you know, you can never have too many supplies. All right, I hope you'll join me back here. Whoops. Okay, I hope you'll join me back here soon for a regular working video where we do a little scrapping or card making. Bye for a bit.